Welcome back. This is Final Girl Maple Lane with Dr. Fright. I wanted to talk about something that I did mention in the last video. I have Hostage Negotiator as well, which I didn't play nearly as much as this, and wasn't because I didn't like it. It was one of those things where I wanted to get my hands on all of the expansion content, and by the time I got like 98% of it, you know how it is. Sometimes you just have too many games to play, and you don't get back around to what it is that you intended to play for quite some time. So hopefully that'll come back up. But I did open the box to check on the dice because I was certain that I had smaller, like maybe 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter dice for that game. No, I was wrong. Turns out they are smaller. They're like 16 millimeter, and I just have two sets of them, and some of them are like all scuffed up a bit, and they're dull versus like a second set that is a little bit shinier. So, I mean, you could just use a regular D6 and just, ones and twos are fails, threes and fours are the discard. And on Hostage Negotiator, 1, 2, and 3 are fails, and 4 is the discard. So they're a little bit different. But now that I know that, I'll just stick with these without complaint. I mean, they're not like bad or anything. They just make a lot of noise when I'm trying to rattle them up here, and I'm sure the microphone picks them up and makes a bit of an annoying sound. Okay, so we have Dr. Fright here on Maple Lane. We're going to go up against, we're going to have Sheila take on Dr. Fright. There's her card. Take an improvise action card. Take the long rest action card. Lower the horror. Always one of my favorite things to do. And we do start at 4 here with Dr. Fright. And what else do we have? You know what? I didn't do it this time. How funny. I made sure to not pick my last final health cards yet. And Sheila's ultimate power here, her epic power, is you gain 2 time instead of 1 when discarding action cards face down for time, which is really good if you're, a good player and you're paying attention to spending your cards properly, unlike myself. So maybe it'll come in handy for us. So what have we here? We have the setup should all be done. I want to go over the whole boiler room thing again, just so that we're clear. I'll move those out of the way. Okay, just so that we're clear, because it's a little, oh no, I'm zoomed in weird, but that's okay. The part I want to talk about is dead center in the middle of the screen. So it says resolving a boiler room card is simple. You will slide the deck of cards up, down, left, or right such that half or sometimes a quarter of the next unresolved card is showing. You cannot slide it in a direction that would not reveal any of the card, and it must always be in a direction such that it extends the previous revealed card. So that is super important. The first times I played this, I thought I had it down, and it turns out I was just doing the boiler room here, very poorly. So it's 4 cards, you slip the awake underneath there, now you're asleep in the boiler room, and you slide up a quarter of it, and there's Dr. Fright's ugly face showing you that you're about to take some damage, and then you can slide it over this way. What you cannot do is slide it down and say, okay, well now we're going to slide way down and do that. It has to extend the current boiler room, so you would have to go either down again, and in which this case you would get hit by him again, and then you could go over, like that, and get nothing up in that quadrant. So it's a little tricky, but it's a really cool mechanic. Something that I've never seen it anywhere else. It's kind of a neat thing. So there's that. Let's take a look at the Board Game Geek page here. We have, all the normal stuff that we've been looking at this whole time. I just like showing it so that, if you've never seen it before, you can take a look and know exactly what you're getting into. The weight on all of these games, every game, any game, as well as the rating is, of course, these are people's opinions and subject to some interpretation. So don't put too much weight on that. And I just like that it shows, the developer and, designer and artist and all that information, just in case anybody wants to see it. And, you want to take a look at the box, make sure you know that you're buying the right thing when you're at the store. If you don't know what it looks like, it helps if you've seen it, so here you get to take a quick peek. And let's see here. Let's get on with the setup. He doesn't have any space or Maple Lane rather doesn't have any space for the setup cards, so I just kind of threw them over there. Block party. All right, here we go. This is cool. I like that. They're all hanging out in the street, ready to get murdered in the intersection. Oh, this game is a riot. Okay, let's see here. And man, I cannot wait. There is a season 2 floating around out there, and I did back that on whatever crowdfunding thing it was. I guess it was probably Kickstarter, and I got all the gameplay stuff for it. I didn't get the miniatures. I didn't get some of the little superfluous things that money is not just flowing from the trees here, so I got what I could. The problem is I don't know when it's going to show up. It should be fairly soon. I feel like I've heard of people receiving, their big boxes of stuff, but I realize that watching YouTube series videos doesn't, do great all the time either, and people get bored of seeing the same game all the time, which to me, I mean, frankly, that sucks. I think that a lot of games deserve a deeper look, and, I think it's great taking a look at a game and seeing all the different combinations of setup, and then, it's fun to play through, and, hey, maybe you're not going to buy the game, but you just enjoying watch somebody play something different. One of the biggest problems I have, you go to look for a game, and let's say it's a Robinson Crusoe, and every single video is people playing the same mission over and over and over and over, and it drives me crazy. It's like, I wanted to see something else. Let's see how this game plays differently than just either the first mission or whatever one people agreed upon is the easiest one. But I will promise you that as bad as I do want to play the Season 2 stuff of this, there's still so much Season 1 goodness here for us to enjoy. I mean, I'm only barely scratching the surface here. Ooh, we got a machete in the northwest homes where the killer is, of course, so we might not ever get up there. We have an archery bow. That's a good one. You can do some damage at the cost of time from a couple, looks like 1 to 2 spaces over, but that means you cannot be in the same space and shoot Dr. Fright with that. The lucky dice, we know, you get a reroll. That's not awful. And then we have the bicycle. That's specific to this location item, right? Like, I know we've seen the lucky dice in other places. I know the archery bow I first saw in Camp Happy Trails. I don't remember if we saw the machete, but the thing to remember about the machete is, yeah, it does 2 damage, but you cannot, victims won't follow you. This is this is wild. We've got a lot of people in the middle there. This might turn down to just like a brawl. And we can't even hurt Dr. Fright. His stuff is so weird. I forgot. We start awake. We shuffled these, right? We start awake. His stuff is really bizarre, right? He has a little bit of overhead here. What do we got? We got the houses you cannot just enter willy-nilly. You can't just walk into a house. You have to use the convince card, which is special for Maple Lane. And then the important things to remember are when you can attack him and when he can attack you. So when you are awake, not in the boiler room, you can do everything else like normal. Dr. Fright is not able to attack you, and you are not able to attack him. I'm probably going to have to refer to this 47 times because it's wired in my brain differently for every map than it is for this particular setup here. Okay, so when Dr. Fright resolves a killer action that begins with target victim or final girl, treated as a victim, nearest victim, unless an effect such as the dark power, the Frightmare is inevitable, allows Dr. Fright to attack you while you're awake. And when Dr. Fright resolves a killer action that begins with target final girl, he will still move towards you but can't attack you. Okay. When you're asleep, yeah, this gets deep. There's a lot going on here. All right, we'll have to come back to that in a minute here. But in the meantime, have we got everything? Oh, no, we have to do that. The boyfriend. Oh no, we've seen this Joker before, haven't we? The boyfriend. Place this special victim in the boyfriend's house. This is your boyfriend. If the killer would target you, the killer instead targets the boyfriend. So here we go. We're already adding somebody, it looks like up here to this house is actually labeled the boyfriend's house. During upkeep, you may move. No, not may. During upkeep, move the boyfriend 2 spaces towards you. Then, if the boyfriend is in your space, -2 time. Ugh, always in my business. That's terrible. If the killer would target you, the killer targets the boyfriend. During upkeep, move the boyfriend 2 spaces towards you. Then, if the boyfriend is in your space, -2 time. Okay, so we're going to have to remember that during upkeep. We've got this little guy following us around. All right, we got some hot dice today. We've got Sheila with 6 hit points, some lucky dice. We've got our starting hand of cards that we're used to seeing. Let's see what kind of damage we can do here. 10 minutes in, taking the first turn. All right, where are we? We are down here, southeast. We can get that bicycle. Man, would I kill for the bow, though, southwest. Can I get across the street easily? I pop out over here. I could go down and come over here and search that house. That's not a horrible idea. And we have a lot of dudes that we got to get out of here, too. So I guess I guess let's see how well the dice are treating us today. Let's walk. 1 success. Okay, so that's what, -1 time, and we can walk 1 space. So we're out on the street. Walk in the streets. Oh, I lost my little discard pile. There it is. Okay, so we are absolutely going to need to be somewhere useful. So let's do another walk. We're going to need to be. Oh my word, that's a lot of people. But remember, we can't even carry more than two. More than 2 people won't follow us. So maybe we try to get. Well, initially I was going to say we come down here, southwest for the bow. But what if we grabbed 2 people and went that way? Because our idiot boyfriend is going to come out and follow us anyway, and we can get at least 2, possibly 3, the boyfriend, 3 people to the exit. Yeah, maybe that's our better bet. So let's see here. We're going to fail at walking. It was a lot of effort coming down the porch. We're just too tired to move on with life. It's going to take us 2 time. We tripped and fell. Oh, you know what, though? We could take a damage, right? Maybe we do that. We take 2 time. We move 1 space, so at least we're with all these people, and we take a damage. Right? I mean, it's early enough. We still have our heal card. We still have a short rest. I mean, we technically could do that right now. All right, let's hit focus once and call it. Whoa. We're down to 3 time here. Hold on. We need to look at the future. Talk about your future. We have. I would like to buy a sprint and a distraction. Is there a way to do that? We could ditch 2 cards. We could ditch a weak attack and a short rest, maybe, to buy us 2 more time. 1, 2. Right? If we end our turn here, we spend 3 out of our 5 on distraction, and then that puts us at 2, and the last 2 on sprint. Okay, so there's that. We'll put these back out in for purchase later. What does Dr. Fright do? He's a slow-moving dude too, right? So he targets somebody in his spot, swings, misses. We flip a terror card. It says, I said don't look back. If there are no exits that have at if there are no exits that have at least 1 victim, and so that's the situation we're in, discard and draw the next terror card. If there are no exits that have at least 1 victim. So already we're burning through this terror deck. Oh boy. There are no exits that have at least 1 victim, right? If there are no exits that have at least 1 victim, discard and draw the next card. Oh man. Okay then. Boom. Didn't you know they were already dead? If you have not saved any victims, oh here we go, or your final girl card has been flipped, discard this card and resolve the next terror card. So we have not saved any. This is going swimmingly. Closed for construction. Oh no. Place a roadblock token on the exit closest to you. I happen to be in the middle of the stinking place. So I guess that's our choice, huh? So let's get All right, here. Can't go wrong when you go right? That's always worked for me pretty well. What else do we have here? Victims may not be saved at that location, so we just closed off the streets over here, and now we draw an event card. Officer Cop. Place the cop car token. Here, let me zoom this in here. Place the cop car token on the exit of my choice. Wait, hold up. That's right. Move it 1 space. Each upkeep, move it. Oh, dude. Victims in the space with the cop car will move with it and are considered saved when they reach the exit. That's baller, because look at this. Block party, Officer Cop. I got nothing now. I mean, we just burned through 3 terror cards. I feel like I'm not reading that right even, right? Place the cop car on the exit of your choice. Okay, so if we put it here, each upkeep, move it 1 space towards the opposite exit. Victims in the space with the cop car will move with it and are considered saved when they reach the exit. Boom. Oh my goodness. So now all we have to do is defend these people, and oh man, Dr. Fright comes out that way too. So we gotta watch out for that, because we're about to have a fat caravan of people. Oh man, although turn 1 being 3 terror cards down is not great, let me tell you that does not feel good at all. Okay, so there's no panic phase. There's no up. Oh yeah, so our upkeep now is move the cop car 1 space, and then what? Our idiot boyfriend comes 2 spaces towards us. Now it's back to us. Let's. I don't trust this. Something's gonna go wrong. The cop car is gonna explode or something. All right, let's roll for distraction. See if we can get 2 successes, baby. How about 0? Oh man, that's such a bummer. Okay, 0 would cost us 2 time. If I ditch 2 focus cards, we could get. Yeah, let's. Oh man, it would cost us. Oh, and it would raise the horror. Oh yeah, no way. That's awful. Okay, so now all of a sudden, priority number 1 is going to be dropping horror because Dr. Fright has horror markers here, and look at he pops us up 2 over here. So let's try to get. I can't ditch the sprint, so I have to ditch the 2 focus cards, right? So 2 focus cards for 1 success is -1 horror. That's a bummer, but we do gain 1 time, and that's okay. There's another distraction card that we can buy, so we're not screwed yet. Let's take sprint with still our 2 dice. See what we can do here. We got 1 success. That is -1 time, so we're still at 6 time, and we can move up to 2 spaces. Hey, guess what, fools? So if we take these 2 guys, and we go 1, 2, we can bounce these people out, right? That's only 2 spots, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay, cool. So 2 spaces, and we can drop the horror. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? And then we can take the +2 time. And we will go 1, 2. So now we have 8 time. Oh, I spent the sprint card. Okay, that's good because now we can buy, right? If we call that the end of our turn, we can get all these for free, 4 cards. We buy a distraction for 3. That puts us down to 5. We're going to need some convince cards, so we should probably buy at least 1, right? Okay. We have convince. We have 2 walks, right? Maybe we take. We can get improvise for free at some point here, pretty soon too, because our idiot boyfriend is going to follow us here. So maybe, God, I like that. What if we just take a whole mess of cards? Like, convince. Wait, do we have 4 points? What did we take? We took a convince. That was all we took? Oh, and a distraction, right? And we had 8? So that was 4 points, so we're down to 4. So we could take sprint, convince, and close call. Do we have a sprint? No, the sprint we just used. But we have 2 walks. Oh, snap. And this house next to us, we can get in here. So let's make sure we take enough to get inside. Do we take a search? We're going to have to, right? We're going to take a search for 2, and then we're going to take a close call for the last point. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. We're still legal. We're going to put these back. I'm going to reset the market here. We got a distraction. We have a sprint. And the 2 focus cards that didn't help us any. I feel like that's not a bad place to be. I feel like that's okay. Dr. Fright is going to swing and miss in his spot there and draw, I don't know, 4 more terror cards maybe. Let's see what happens. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, I knew we were going to get screwed on the horror this time. So that puts us back to 4. I had a feeling. But he hasn't moved. He hasn't done anything. He's just spooky boogeyman guy, right? Okay, so there's going to be no... There's no upkeep or panic phase, rather, and then our upkeep phase is rather busy. So if you recall, our boyfriend is going to move up to 2 spaces to us. Now we're in the same spot. That looks weird. And then the cop car, he is just rolling through the neighborhood. That's pretty cool. If we can keep Dr. Fright out of the way, oh my God, then we could just. I mean, but we still need weapons and gear. I don't mind the bow. I'd love to have the bow. Okay. Where is the bow? Southwest corner. Oh, dang. We're pretty far from it, though. But you know what? The machete's pretty awesome. So, and we're not asleep. We have a card for that. You can actually, if you remember right, you can use short rest to put yourself asleep. It's written on here in the notes somewhere here. Some tarot cards will cause you to fall asleep, but if you want to go to sleep and enter the boiler room by choice, you can do so by resolving short rest or long rest action card. Regardless of the result, apply the normal effects and you fall asleep. So, I mean, that's going to be good for us. All right, so we did all of that. It's back up to us. So let's go ahead. You know what? Since we're standing there, since this can happen anytime during the action phase, evac the boyfriend. Let's get you out of here. You're nothing but a liability. Go away, dude. And then I guess we take the long rest card. That seems like the next most useful card. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I like it. I'm going to cover up the boyfriend card. So now it's just us and the strapping young officer here who's going to save us. Okay, so let's... Oh, man, I really want 3 dice, because if you remember looking at this in the overview of Maple Lane and whatnot here, if you can get 3 successes on a convince, you can grab some stuff too. Now, that's why I picked the search card, because I roll complete garbage. So let's see if well, God, we don't have it. Distraction is at best going to free us up too. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. All right, and it's going to do 0 instead. So maybe we drop the close call now and just see if we can't get that horror down. It's going to cost us 2 to pay for close call. Oh, for the same exact roll. How nifty. Okay, what a waste. Let's ditch a walk and a short rest, I think. I'm going to hang on to our weak attack. So we're going to ditch a walk and a short rest just to get 1 success on a distraction. So it's going to be +1 time, -1 horror. That's okay. I mean, it's going to keep us afloat. We've got some focus cards we can roll here in a minute, but I want that 3rd die. I need it. So let's roll for convince now, see if we can get in this house next to us. And, we could evac another person. Or we can just completely fail miserably. How's that? Okay, so our option is immediately return this card to the action tableau and lose 1 time. Or I could enter the place, lose a heart, but force end my turn. Yowza. And boy, I really should have saved that close call now, huh? Well, not good options. I guess we immediately return it to the tableau and cost us 1 time, because I don't want to force end our turn yet. Let's try it again, because I didn't learn my lesson the first time. Okay, well, there's at least 1 success, so, so that's better. So it costs us 1 time, and now we can get in this house with this person here. That's fine. That's what am I supposed to do? Let's roll for search. Let's get a machete. I have learned I like doing more than 1 point of damage. Ooh, 2 successes. 2 successes on a search. It's still -1 time. We're down to 2 time. That hurts. But this is where we get to take the top 2 cards. Let's see. We have a machete or a megaphone. Oh, dude. Once per action phase, you may move any victim on the board 1 space, and then the killer targets the final girl and walks towards her. That's no good. So I'm going to put the megaphone on the bottom face down. I'm going to take that machete, and remember, you can only take 1 item per house. So you use these little X tokens to show. I've already searched this domicile, and there's nothing else to do, but I don't care. I have a machete. Oh, that works out so well. I just got really excited because, look, I was going to say, oh, that's a bummer because people will not follow me. Victims will not follow you while the machete is in your hand, but as long as I can protect the cop, we was rolling. I like it. All right, so I don't even care now. What do I do? Do I leave this person? I can walk out into the middle of the road. Let's do that. That person won't follow me, but who cares, right? Dr. Fright can't attack me, so maybe I don't equip it right away? Maybe I equip it at the end of this phase? Yeah. So we have no machete equipped. We just have it in our backpack. And we are going to succeed 1 time on a walk, which says -1 time. And I can move up to 1 space. I'm going to walk outside with this person and evac them. And then we're going to... Oh, I have a 2 heal. Dang. I didn't realize that. Okay, and then we're going to do let's do a move 1 space. Let's just come... Do we do that now? Yeah, because I want to stand there and... No. We're going to do take the improvise card. Let's go back. Let's do take the improvise card. Yeah, because we'll use the move 1 space and the 2 heal probably later. Now, I think that might be it. I don't want to walk. I don't want a long rest, and there's nothing to attack. I got to protect this cop. Okay, so we're done. Let's spend our 1 point. So we have 4 cards. We're going to pick up these 2 focus cards. So we have 1 stupid point, which is not a convince. I don't know how much I need that. I want this close call card, okay? Because we know that I'm going to roll, complete fails here. So we need to have some kind of dice mitigation, right? So let's put these cards back out. We have a search, we have a convince, we have distraction, my lovely, which I couldn't afford this turn. And then a short rest and a walk are going to be free later. So now Dr. Fright gets to go. He hasn't moved. I can't believe this. So, oh no. Okay, so he's going to swing and attack nobody in the house, but he just got a minor dark power. While asleep, you must resolve one additional boiler room card at the end of the killer phase, and it's +2 hit points. Oh, man. Okay, well, that's not good. Okay, so now panic phase, there's nothing. Upkeep phase, we have the cop car is going to move one more time, and then we had something else to do. Oh yeah, I want to equip the machete now. This is what you can do, during your upkeep phase. I can rearrange items. So we're gonna. I don't necessarily need that cop car. I don't have to be there to jack the dudes out of the place, right? Like the cop car, officer cop delivers them. So now we need our machete. We got the other person out of the house. Back to the top of the thing here. Ooh, I could go into the boyfriend's house though, right? That's northeast. What's northeast? The lucky dice. And there's nobody in there. Anybody remember what the rules were for when nobody's in the house? There's a new action card called Convince to enter an occupied house. Okay. I'm like right in front of the... Okay. It just says an occupied house. So I don't need that to get into that house next to me. Okay. All right. It's like there's nobody in there, so there's nobody stopping me from going in there. Do we have a search? Oh no, we don't have a search though. Okay. All right, buddy. Yeah, but we have a machete and a long rest. I mean, like we could sleep, we could go in there, but do we have our focuses? Yeah, we have to get another die before we do any of this. We have learned through much pain and suffering. Okay, so what do we do? Do we just fail on a focus? I really would like at least one success here. Oh, I should have rolled the improvise first. Well, we'll need that later probably. I like having it for free. Oh man, what do I ditch to get a success? Oh, focus. I can't ditch the other focus. I need it. So I need that. I don't necessarily care about walking, right? So maybe we ditch a walk. I'm going to want the improvise. Ugh. I don't want to get rid of the long rest. Maybe we get rid of the weak attack and the walk for 2. That gives us -1 horror, -1 time. And then, I mean, maybe we just risk it. Let's just risk it. Because if we can get down to 1 more, we get 3 dice. Ah, of course not. All right, fine. You're forcing my hand, game. Come on, we just need 1 success. There it is. There's 2. 2 successes. Okay, so 2 successes on a focus is +2 time, -1 horror. Bingo. We're up to 3 dice now. And this guy's brutal with horror compared to Inkinyamba. Okay, so that leaves us an improvise and a long rest. I think we're done. We have 5 points to spend. Let's take our free cards back. And we only have 4 cards in our hands. So let's see. Oh man, only 5, huh? Yeah, that's a bummer because I would love to have... Well, let's take retaliate and a close call, right? I mean, let's get this party started the right way. You come after me, I'm going to smack you, although I'm not asleep, so we'll see what happens there. Okay, so... you can use that when he attacks you, come to think of it. Okay, close call, focus, walk, and weak attack. Dr. Fright, again, he's just gonna... I cannot believe that we haven't had anybody die yet. This is weird. Oh, no, this has never... Okay, this is amazing. This has never happened to me before in any play of any of this crap. Having both dark powers out, minor dark powers. This is weird. You fall asleep. Okay, so now we're asleep. So we take the awake card, we slip it to the bottom of the boiler room, and we now have to remember to do those. And we have to do 2 because of while asleep, you must resolve one additional boiler room card at the end of the killer phase, if you can. Okay, while this card is in play, you must remain asleep and reset the boiler room immediately upon exiting. Oh my gosh. Dude. He's just like hanging out in this house, like his little spooky control room, like he's Dr. Claw. Oh my god. Okay, so now we go to the panic phase. There's nothing there. And then we are going to go to the upkeep phase, which is weird because all of a sudden we just rescued all these people, right? Because homie cop just took them out for us. Sweet. All right, so we're going to heal for 2. So I guess we heal for 1. We're going to do move 1 space. I mean, I guess we come down. And then we have 2 dudes left. But Sheila just did her power. And then says for each, oh god, for each additional victim save, it's minus a horror, so we have 2. So there's 1, and then you gain a time. So that's good news. We don't have a lot of terror cards left though. Looks like we have like 4. Okay, so and then we get 2 time if we ditch a card, so that's really good too. Oh man. Okay, we're asleep. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm sorry. I never did the boiler room stuff, and we have to do. Oh, wait, I did it wrong. We have to do 2 at the end of his phase. Okay, so there's 1. And then we'll slide all this over this way. There's... Oh, hey. Okay, so fine. We didn't get hit. Okay, then our heal happened here from that and that. Okay. But we're still asleep, which is good news for us. So we can... I mean, do we just walk in there and start beating his booty? I think so, right? Okay. I mean, we're fully healed. We have I don't have my fight card though. I don't have weak attack. Oh no. Well, we have retaliate and a close call and a couple of cards we can dump. So let's just try to get up to him. He's not walking. I don't know what's going on. Okay, 2 walks. 2 walks, 2 successes. So it's going to cost us 1 time, move up to 2 spaces, and we're going to walk right in this little house with this jerk. And now the problem is I would love to have critical blow, and it costs 6. So do we ditch short rest for +2 time? We end our turn. We spend 6 of that on critical blow. That leaves us 1. We take close call. That is the end of our turn. It is now the killer phase where he attacks us. And we drop retaliate. What's up, homie? All right. I mean, we could do a lot of damage here. We're going to have to because he has 12 hit points now. Oh, dude. Only 1 success. Okay, and he does only 1 damage. So 1 success on a retaliate is reduce. Oh, I never put this back out, right? Sure. Oh, I did. Never mind. All right, so reduce attack by 2, so he only did 1 point of damage, and then we have the machete, so we're doing 3 points of damage. So that takes care of these nasty little cards of his. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, so there's that. So now he draws a terror card. Please don't attack me again. Oh, no, this is just a laundry list of pain. If you're awake, immediately discard this card and resolve the next terror card. Hey, for once, we don't just have to ditch a card. Otherwise, you may increase bloodlust by 1 to choose one of the following. This is tempting. Check that action out. Okay, so we could increase the bloodlust by 1, which would cost us a horror, which I don't like getting less than 3 dice. Take the top item card of any deck. We could take the archery bow, move 1 space away, and blow an entire turn on doing... Oh, is it only 1 point of damage each? Oh, okay, who cares? So then we could sacrifice 1 horror for lucky dice, which discard to reroll any or all of your dice. Now that's really tempting. I feel like we're in a really good spot actually. Like this is working out really weird, right? We didn't have a bunch of people die for once. The killer hasn't moved, and we have 3 terror cards left. So this is really bizarre to me. Like it's almost like he's messing with us. Like he's gonna start teleporting around the town and just murdering people here in a second. Okay. So this is bizarre. I mean, or we could just gain 4 time which is pretty great if the cards were out and they're not. So I don't think that's a good bet. Moving is not a good bet. Staying asleep is fine with me. But taking an item card, you know what? We can literally never lower this, and I think that's the only reason why we're okay. So maybe this wasn't a bad card. Otherwise, I may increase. I'm not going to do anything. I mean, why? Let's just, we're not doing poorly. Okay, there's no panic phase, upkeep phase. Do we have anything now? Oh, you know what? I keep skipping this. We're asleep. Okay, so we know now that there is nothing on the bottom left or bottom left. We know if we slide this to the right, we're guaranteed to get hit. So we would have to go, so we could go up. Let's slide all this stuff down so that we produce whatever this is. Look at that. Dude, this is our game. This is it. We are getting lucky. Okay. All right, so it's back up to us, right? Yeah. All right, but now we have... Did I not take my cards or something? I don't think I did. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then these all come back out. So retaliate. Those are free. Yeah, we didn't do anything, right? We did a retaliate and then stopped because we couldn't afford anything. We went up a time. So let's now hit this guy as hard as we can. We have critical blow here. We have 2 close calls. I mean, now let's make our move, right? Why are we messing with this guy? Let's just hit him. Okay. So, critical blow. I absolutely need to get a second success on this somehow. I will give up a lot to make that happen. Okay. I might even consider giving up. Actually, you know what? We have 2 focus cards right now that aren't doing us any good. Oh, we have a walk and a focus. So let's do a walk and a focus for 2 successes on critical blow, which does 5 points of damage. Dude, I am not here to fool around, Dr. Fright. Boom. Look at that. And then it's -1 horror, which in our case is just +1 time. We're smoking this fool. So can we do 4 points of damage somehow? We have a weak attack. No, that's it. Okay, so let's do our weak attack, right? Why not? Let's see if we can get just a little bit more damage out of this round. 1. And we hurt ourselves. So it would be 3 damage if we ditch something else. We're going to wake up here soon, too. Well, we have the short rest card we can still take. So we could ditch... Let's ditch a focus. And God, improvise is too good, but we're rolling okay. Let's ditch a focus. And we can't get these cards back this next round. So we are in trouble. We need to think about having Furious Strike next round. So we need to make sure that we have plenty. Well, you know what? He's not hitting us for anything anyway. Forget it. 1 success is good, right? Because we did 3 points of damage anyway. We get another die, right? And then we take 1 damage. Big whoop. Yeah, what am I afraid of? We're smoking this guy. The dice were with us this time. Okay, so 3, 4, 5 cards. Is there anything else I can do? We need to make sure that we fall back asleep. Let's take... Okay, we need to ditch a card, and I'm going to ditch Focus for 2 more time, right? Because then we can buy Retaliate and Furious Strike, right? So we're done because we get 2 points for turning that in, right? So that gives us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. We'll put all these back. I mean, he's going to hit us, but I don't think it's going to kill us. I'm not afraid of this guy, Dr. Fright. Nothing. Okay, so now he's going to attack us, and he's going to do... Oh, but we have Retaliate. Who cares? Bring it on, son. And it's going to happen while we're still asleep because we don't do this until the end of the round, right? We don't wake up until the end of his killer phase, right? So it's killer phase, right? Okay, so we could kill him. And we have 2 successes. Prevent all damage and do 4 points of damage, and he only has 1 hit point or 1 thing left. Oh! What a jerk. Okay. Oh, here. I'll use the white one. Because we still get the die. Oh, what a jerk. Of course that happens. Okay. So now we have to... Oh, see, this is where it sucks. So now we have to wake up. And so we know... Well, we can't really do a whole lot. We could go up, and we know we'll get hit. So let's go left. Yeah, there's his ugly face. Okay, so he hits us for 1. The unfortunate thing about this is that now we don't have any, like, BS floating around here, is that we're awake now. I can't believe that. Block Party and Officer Cop should be, like, in the manual for how to set this map up, right? Like, if you want to learn to win... Have somebody move all your dudes for you, all the victims for you. Okay, unfortunately, we're awake, meaning we can't attack him now. That was the end of the killer phase, panic phase, upkeep phase. I've got nothing to do but to beat this guy silly. The problem is we are awake. So we do have short rests. I mean, we're going to wrap this up right now. We're rolling 4 dice with 1 success. Okay. 4 dice with 1 success is going to be... We heal 1, and we lose a time, but guess what? We're asleep. I don't care. Gonna beat you silly. Oh, did I forget to draw a terror card for him? I totally did, didn't I? Oh, God. It's 2 event cards. Okay, hold on. Fire. Roll a die. Oh, man. Yeah, I messed up big time. I'm sorry. Hold on. So roll a die. 4 is the Smalley's house. Let's see. If any victim is in the Smalley's house, they're dead. That's there. They take 1 damage. That may no longer be used or searched. Okay, no big deal. The second card is It's Raining. Panic victims in the intersection. There's nobody there. Then move 1 victim that is on a street space to its adjacent house. There's nobody there. So that didn't change anything. Okay, my bad. Okay, so that terror card. And then draw the next terror card. Oh, my God. I'm so sleepy. If you're awake, roll a die. Okay, so we're awake, right? We're awake. This never happened, so we're awake. 5. Oh, man. Okay. If you're awake, roll a die. If the result is less than the current horror level, you fall asleep. So, okay. Well, fine. Put me asleep then, so we don't have to, right? Okay. If you're asleep, resolve a boiler room card. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's do... Oh, I gotta do it. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have to do... If you're asleep, resolve a boiler room card. Oh, I see him. So he's going to hit us for 1 again. And if I take damage, up the horror. And then he's going to target the nearest victim and walk 1 space towards them. So he's going to leave the house. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, so now it's our turn. We're back to where we're asleep. Can we walk to him? We do have a walk card. Oh, no. All right, so, but we get 4 dice still. Okay. We get 2 successes on a walk. Is going to cost us 1 time. And we can walk 1 space, so we're back in the street. I don't care. We are smoking this guy thanks to a machete, it looks like. And then, like, Furious Strike. If we can hit this guy with 1 damage, we win. It's done. 2 successes. Boom. Lower the horror. 4 points of damage. He never even got his stuff out, and we burned through terror cards. He had 1 left. What was that? He moved 1 time this whole game? Yeah, because this one was a skip. Oh, wow. Wow. And both minor dark powers. This was a weird game. This was a really, really weird game. So we are victorious against Dr. Fright in the strangest way possible. I don't even know how many rounds that was. It went so fast because we burned through so many terror cards. But there it is. All right, a victory for Sheila over Dr. Fright with aid of Officer Cop. Look at this. I've never played a game either where we had 4 event cards come out. Fire, It's Raining, Officer Cop, and the Boyfriend. What a mess. I like how after it was on fire, the house, it started raining, like that helped us out. It should have it should have said something about putting out the fire if any houses are on fire. That is nutso. That is crazy. All right, well, I don't know. I'm digging it. Oh, what'd we have? We had nothing. So we would have died. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Sheila kicked butt here. Now it's next video is going to be Nancy with Dr. Fright at Maple Lane. So we'll see you then. And until then, don't forget, you got to like these videos or, YouTube is just not going to care. Commenting helps, even a wow. Subscribe, big help. And of course, don't forget the games are made for everyone's recreation. We'll see you later. Thank you.